Hello and welcome to episode 43 of Cocktail Hour. I'm Andy.
And I'm the Rev.
Oh yes, you heard right. It's the Rev. Back
Yay.
together. Okay, so tell our listeners, I know they've been just dying to know, so tell them what the big news is.
Well, I missed Andy too much, and I just had to come back. So I missed our baby, and so it's a cocktail hour with Andy and Rev again.
Yay! I can hear the applause now. I can hear it.
Yay! So yeah, we decided this a few days ago. We talked and did some negotiation of sorts.
A little bit.
I guess not really.
Well,
but
no,
it
yeah,
sounds kind of nice to say it that way.
No, we negotiated. We did a little bit.
Yeah, we negotiated for about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and,
maybe even more than that,
And the rest of the week has just been a wonderful ride for me of trying to get back into the swing of things and on the back end area. So it's been great.
Yeah,
and I'm very, very, very happy to be back.
And I am very, very excited that you're back and thrilled to no end. And I don't have to deal with the web part anymore. Yay!
I still did most of that.
Yeah, you sure as hell did.
Yeah, see, listeners, you didn't know this, but I was still very involved in the back end of the show.
Yeah, she was, thankfully, because I can't ever seem to get those damn tags right. It's ridiculous. I don't even know if Rebecca Witherspoon's tag is right. I don't even know if she's on there.
I will make sure
thank you.
Everything is just fine. So that's the big news. And
well, actually, that's only one of the big news.
What's the other big news?
Oh, yeah. You know how we have Cocktail Hour for the formal reviews, and we do. Yeah, you knew it was coming. And we do this every 2 weeks. But there's only so many weeks in the year, and believe it or not, we do have a lot of folks that are interested in coming on and having us read their books and talking to them and doing readings, getting their messages out. And I said to Rev, I'm like, we've got a lot of interest. We just don't have enough time. And not everything really is a bar rag. So we thought about it. We came up with another venue. We came up with Conversations at the Bar.
Which I love that. Andy came up with that, and that is I love that name.
Well, thank you. And so what we're going to incorporate a lot more readings with authors. And the exciting part is we still have a very nice little cache of guest co-hosts that want to continue to, be involved with the show. And we're adding JL Nikki, which we're really excited about. She's a fanfic writer. She does reviews on her own. She's a blogger. And she's got quite the sense of humor. So and she's going to help us a lot with the Conversations at the Bar. And you're going to find, as we go along, we're going to introduce you to more on-air talent as time goes on. So yay for us and yay for the listeners.
Yay. I think everybody, you're going to enjoy some of the changes that are coming up. And a lot of and some of this is going to be, it's going to allow for Andy and I to take a show off every once in a while and not have to skip a show.
Right.
Have some extra folks on board that know what they're talking about and are entertaining to listen to, and that will help reduce some of the stress on our end.
Mm-hmm. Yep, wholehearted. It's a win-win.
It is, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And even more exciting, if that even could be possible.
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, it's probably not. Rev and I are actually going to physically meet in person in less than a week.
That's right.
First time ever.
First time.
That's right. Like a virgin. Anyway, so yeah, we're really, really excited. I get to meet Rev for the first time. Actually, what is it? Not this Saturday, next Saturday. So it's a little bit more than a week.
Yep. A week and a day.
Or a week and a few hours anyway. But yeah, we're very, very thrilled about that. And yeah, I keep thinking about it. I'm just so excited. Just woo.
I know. I'm going to be very nervous because that's how I am.
Oh, stop.
I mean, not just about you. I mean, because it is bizarre to me that we're as close as we are and we've never met in person.
It's awesome. The power of the net.
Yep, and then we've we've been hard at work this week, lining up even more fantastic authors.
Oh yeah, holy cow! Tell them all the hard work you've been putting into it. What, in 4 days?
I've been very, very excited. So, in the time that I've been away from the show, even though I've done a few cocktail hours, I've had a lot of side projects going on that don't take nearly as much of my time. So, on the mostly mostly lesfic Goodreads group, there's a bunch of authors on there that I've gotten a chance to talk to. So I reached out to some of them and put the tap on them. And we're going to have Carrie Hunter, who wrote Snowbound. And we're going to have Anne McMahon is coming back when Aftermath comes out. She's already lined up. Let me see. Jill McKnight, I'm super, super excited about that. B.L. Newport. And just today I arranged for Baxter Claire Troutman to come on. Am I missing anybody?
Oh, well, probably, yeah.
I might be missing somebody, but it's just been a thrill ride.
No kidding. As a matter of fact, I'm pulling up our lovely Cocktail Hour show schedule, which Rev had to amp up. So now it's like Cocktail Hour on steroids, which is perfectly fine by me.
Catherine Lundoff.
Yep, Catherine Lundoff's coming back. Winter Pennington's coming back. We're going to have Ashley Bartlett on. Colette Moody is going to make another appearance. Woo!
Oh, that's right.
Love the Moody.
How could I have forgotten that?
How could you forget Moody? Come on now. Moody. Okay.
I blocked it out.
Kim Baldwin's coming on. B.L. Newport. And Rachel Spengler actually hit us up wanting to know if we could have her on the show. So it's just author-laden.
Yep. Oh, and there's something else I wanted to throw out. And Andy said that she wasn't sure if we'd get enough response from it, but I have faith. I have faith in you, dear listeners. We want to do a Reader's Choice show for the New Year's Eve show. We're recording on December 29th, about and around. I think that we can get enough responses to get 1 or 2 good books or fics that you choose, and so we'll give you more information as that gets a little closer.
Okay.
All
so,
right,
listeners, prove me wrong. I'm thinking, you probably don't give a crap as long as we keep having shows that are mildly entertaining at the least. Well,
we had a couple other announcements.
Okay, lay them on us.
All right. Well, I don't know how many of you go to fanfic.net for your fanfic needs, but we got word, I heard it through Uber, etc., that they are doing a big purge of anything that they deem to have adult content. And from what I understand, they've already started taking things down. So if there are stories out on fanfic.net that you want to get, you better get out there and get them. And if you're an author, apparently they've not really notified the authors of this. So if you're an author and you want to get your work before it disappears, get to it. Is it fanfic.net or fanfiction.net?
I think it's fanfiction.net.
Yeah, I'll look that up as the show goes on and make sure that I get you the right one.
Okay, good. And I have actually turned to that site a few times, but it's like my very last resort to go. Even though that's probably the biggest fanfic site out on the web, it's just not real. I mean, I don't know. It's
not user friendly.
It's not. It's not user friendly. When you pull the stories up, the screen just looks funky. I don't know. Just don't like it. So, this is an opportunity for some other, site to pick up the ball and run with it.
All right.
Hopefully, anyway.
Oh, and then you have a book giveaway to announce.
I sure as heck do. Congratulations goes out to C, who is the book giveaway winner for Rebecca Weatherspoon's newest book, I believe, is how it was left. If not, we'll get that rectified. We'll have Rebecca reach out to you for your information so that she can get you your book. So, thanks for playing. Congratulations. Yay.
Congratulations. Yay.
Yep, exactly. And, backing up too. Like, we got so many announcements. It might as well just be the announcement show, really. I actually began drinking again.
You did?
No. I'm beginning to drink again this Wednesday. It'd be
I was hoping you changed your mind.
Oh, no. But I do have an interesting comment about the drink that you're going to have tonight. So, yeah, it'll be Sex with Jennifer Wednesday night. Woo!
I'll have one in honor of you.
Oh, thank you.
At home Wednesday night.
So I'm really looking forward to that. And apparently, some of our lively listeners over on the forum heard that I was going to start drinking again at GCLS, and they made a recommendation, which you're more than welcome to share, Rev, if you like.
They thought that you should start tonight so that you could start building up your tolerance so you're not under the table for the entire conference.
Well, see, I'm going to have, because, I always tout about the Sex with Jennifer, and now it's become like a staple when I go to any events. So I figured I'll have one of those, but I'm going to stick to the least mixed drinks possible after that. So, like a vodka tonic, a gin and tonic, something like that. Just so that I can keep the calories down and, don't get so crazy I'm giving away my bank account while I'm at the GCLS. I'm just saying.
I can look after you Saturday night, but that's as far as I can go.
All right.
Now, I don't know when Megan's showing up. She may be able to help you out.
She might. Knowing her, though, she'd probably encourage me just to see if I'd throw up at the bar.
That's true, but she might be able to help you with the money.
Yeah, she's evil. That's why we like her.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness. So the drink that you're having is called the Dirty Girl Scout. And I got to tell you, my mind went in 100 directions with that one.
Yeah,
the Dirty Girl Scout. Mm-hmm.
There were a few comments that I was like, "Oh, I can't say that. It's about Girl Scouts. They're kids. I can't say that."
I know, right? It's like, oh no, come on now.
I'm just gonna pretend it was like how they have the sexy whatever costumes for Halloween. We'll just pretend that it's I'm gonna picture Gabrielle in a Girl Scout costume.
Oh.
Exactly.
Okay, wait, let me write the drool here. Okay, here we Now, the interesting thing about this drink is not that Texas Shiva recommended it, although I thought that was kind of fun and fascinating in itself, but that most of the ingredients to this drink are the same ones in the Orgasm, which was, I believe, the first cocktail we had on the second show we ever did.
I think you're right.
Yep. The only difference is instead of using milk or ice cream, depending on whether or not you want it to be, like a shake consistency or not, is you're using white cream to mint. So here's the ingredients, folks. It's equal parts vodka, Kahlua or some coffee liqueur, Bailey's or Irish cream of your choice. What you do is you mix that together, you pour it over the ice, and then you take an ounce of cream de menthe and you pour it down the center of the glass.
I made a little video.
Oh yeah, I love your little videos.
Yeah, so my wife has to. She got the new iPad, so we've been doing some of the cocktail videos that I've been making with that. Oh. So she's got to move that over because it was too big to email. So I will make sure that will be posted with the show and also on my little cocktail YouTube channel. But all of the cocktail videos are available on the show's website.
Yeah, and they're the coolest thing. And that's the bar that your honey made for you, right?
She's still working on it.
She's still working on it?
Well, she had to take off during football season, and then summer is tough because everything's outside. I have told her point blank, we are going to buy some more supplies, and you are going to work on this fucking bar because I want it done. So I'm going to taste my drink because I haven't tasted it yet. I like to have my first taste on air.
Okay,
so
go ahead. Go ahead.
It smells really good. Oh, that is so yummy.
I bet. So
I'm going to have to be careful.
Uh-oh. So what's the point of what does it look like with having cream de menthe down the middle?
Absolutely nothing. I don't get it.
Okay.
So to me, it didn't make any difference. So, maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe when you drink it slides around, but I've been sitting here stirring it around. So it tastes good.
I bet it
It's
does.
like minty coffee.
Well, I might have that when I get back from the con.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'd have to get white cream de menthe. That's one thing I don't have.
I had to buy a bottle just for this, but it was worth it. And I think it was like $8 or $9, something like that, for a nice big bottle.
Yeah, it's not cost prohibitive. It's it's a nice little mixer, so it's fairly inexpensive. I'm having water.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, isn't that
nice? Is it good? How did you prepare that?
It's still in the bottle, Sister Ann. Read the top. That's what that is.
Well, that's pretty classy.
I don't class act. There's no doubt.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to get moving.
I think you're
right. Are we
right.
done with all the announcements?
If something comes to us, we'll just flip it on the back.
Oh, I did look it up. It's fanfiction.net.
That's what I said.
It is what you said.
Yay.
It is. It's because you're smart.
Well, I've been there a few times and I remembered it.
Yeah. And your brain isn't quite as pickled anymore.
Well, that's true. So listeners probably ought to enjoy these shows where I'm still having holy water, because Lord knows what it's going to sound like after I start drinking again.
Well, then this would be the last one. So enjoy.
That's just awesome.
Yay.
So we're doing not really light reading because it's the Conqueror. You know how we love the Conqueror.
We do love the Conqueror.
Yep. So we're doing 2 Conqueror fics today. And I believe one of the series of Conqueror fics I read probably once every couple of years because I really like it, and that would be My Lord by Mayat. Métis. Thank you. How'd you find that out?
Because it's closer to her actual name. She actually used to live in Milwaukee, where I live, really? And moved a few years ago to Madison. I liked the story so much that I had reached out to her right after I did my first reading several years ago and said, where's that last part? And she said, I'm going to really try and work on that, and it hasn't come out yet. So.
That's awesome. Well,
but she's also a published author, too.
Yes, she is. I actually have her books in print.
Oh.
And she's a very, very good writer. I like how she constructs her stories and how she, gives voice to it and tells her tale. I mean, it's just nice. You just wind up knowing these characters really so well, and they're so human.
All right, hold on now.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the Conqueror series, although that works here too. I'm talking about her published compensated books, yeah. But the My Lord series, oh my God, there's how many of them? Seven, 8. There's 8. Well, there's a poem if you count that. There's 8.
Yeah, that's supposed that poem is actually an excerpt from what's supposed to be the final story.
Oh, okay, cool. And the other story that we are reviewing is, I've read it a couple of times, and I get this one confused with another one that I read on occasion. So I wind up reading it anyway, but it's not like my go-to story necessarily. But it's called the Conqueror, Sceptre of Fate series, and it's by Harpy and, oh, good lordy.
Somebody with a whole bunch of letters.
Yeah,
HK.
Yeah,
Dawn.
HK Dawn XETG. So we're going to be reviewing that one. It does have a sequel. I don't know if Rev finished it. I did. I was able to finish it. Mm-hmm. So there you have it. That's what we're going to talk about today.
Excellent. You want me to do the little summaries?
Do your little... I love when you do those. I missed them. Wait a minute, I got a tear. Oh,
no tears. No tears. Which one do you want to do first? I think we should do Sceptre of Fate first.
All right.
Because it's not as strong.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so Sceptre of Fate, like Andy said, there are 2 parts published out right now, and the 3rd part hasn't been posted yet. I sent an email to the authors this morning after I finished the 2nd part and was like, what the fuck? Asking them when the hell the 2nd or the 3rd part's coming out, because they do say on I think it's xenofiction.net that they had it almost finished this January 2012, and we're going to start posting it soon, but we're in June now, and I couldn't find anything. So Sceptre of Fate, Part 1 and Part 2, what it is Gabrielle is just a typical peasant girl from Potadia who decides that she's going to leave and she wants to join Xena the Conqueror's army. So it's a little different right off the bat. She's not a slave. She's not a revolutionary. She just wants to get out and explore and see the world. And as is stated several times in the story, she talked to a traveling seer once and was told that she will meet a warrior who's trying to unite the country, and she will join with this warrior and help the warrior on their path. She immediately thinks that that's Xena, so she wants to be a part of that. Xena is not yet the Empress. She is still in Conqueror phase, and then shortly after she and Gabrielle meet, Gabrielle is hired on as Xena's personal assistant, and then soon after promoted to the civilian affairs advisor, much to the chagrin of Xena's top generals.
Mm-hmm. They hate it.
They do, mm-hmm. And as is typical, Xena and Gabrielle wins Xena's trust, and Xena they fall in love, and then intrigue ensues with the generals and Caesar and Brutus and Pompey and some Amazons.
Yep.
You ready?
Nice. That was good recap. Very good recap. Mm-hmm. There are facets of the story that I really, really enjoy, and it has more to do, believe it or not, with this collaborative effort of talking more about war strategy and battles and a little bit more of politics. And I actually like that. I mean, you don't see that in every Conqueror story. They talk about positions and armies and troop movements, and I mean, not a lot of it. You don't get bogged down in real details, but I like that aspect of how they pulled that together. That really, really, really made me happy.
Yeah, and you're right. That's not something that's normally focused on as much as it was in this one. There was a lot of most of the Conqueror stories. She's already in place, mm-hmm. and if there's any type of real political intrigue, it has to do with Rome or something like that. But Xena is actively trying to conquer Asia Minor and all of these other places, mm-hmm. in addition to the intrigue with Rome.
Yep. So I give it really high marks for that. But then I take them away when when they're doing a love scene, which their love scenes aren't that bad. I mean, they're not pornographic, but they certainly give you more than, say, Missy Good does when she's trying to fade to black. So it's a nice in between, but I don't know if it's the HTML conversion. I don't know if these folks never heard of asterisks between one scene break to another, but I remember distinctly when I was rereading this one, I'm going, there's a little love scene, and it's nice, it's sweet, and all of a sudden you see the next line is Xena and Jared are riding on their horses. I'm like, what the fuck? Because you go from this nice tranquil love scene where you just want to bask in the moment to all of a sudden they're thundering by on an animal.
I copied and pasted directly from the site, uh-huh. From the xenafiction.net, and there were some in there. And the thing, and I wanted to say the scene that where Xena's with the camp follower, where she has her tied up to the tent post.
Yeah, that
was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was pretty
good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. They give the authors give a disclaimer about it says besides FF sex, there's also a bit of MF sex, which there wasn't really.
Yeah, well, I don't remember. If I did, I just blanked it out because it was so
Well, what it was there was the word penis, and Gabrielle was in some heavy petting with a dude, and she made him stop before anything happened. But I mean, they do mention his penis, and then a scene with some mild BDSM. And while I was reading through this, after I finished the scene where the camp follower was tied up to the post, I was still wondering when the BDSM was going to happen. But apparently, that was that scene.
A little light.
Well, they say mild, and then I thought I was sort of thinking about it, and I mean, I guess it depends on your definition. For us, I didn't even notice that as BDSM.
I didn't even notice
somebody else.
I didn't even notice the penis. I'm just no. No, I do remember that scene actually.
Yeah, but the thing that I took the points away for was the fact that at the beginning of each change. Okay, let me explain this. Each chapter was told it started out chapter 1 was told by Gabrielle, chapter 2 told by Xena, and so on, all the way through both parts of the book.
That's
part 1
true.
and part 2.
Yep.
Which could have been, that could have been done better, but the thing that really annoyed me and forced me to skim pages at a time was that entire scenes were replicated, complete dialogue exchanges were just simply repeated with as it got a little, I think starting with maybe chapter 3 or chapter 4, they eased up on that a bit, but still the vast majority of at least one scene's dialogue was completely repeated, and that was just terrible.
Yep. I'm with you there. I do like that they took a chance on constructing it, or I don't know how you want to. I don't know what the proper wording or phraseology is, but I like that they took the chance to write it from two different perspectives. I do like that because yes, you're right. That having to recreate dialogue that you just read, a chapter ago was a little tedious. But there was some interesting little nuggets on revealing the characters in their own time and in their own space instead of doing what I guess Andy Marquette labels as head hopping.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and it was different and it was nice in some respects. One thing that was different about this story as well, because the first thing that I thought was really different was the way that Gabrielle came into the story. I can't think of any other story off the top of my head where she wasn't a revolutionary or a slave.
Yeah, I think you're right. There is a Conqueror story though, which throws everything out the window that and has Gabrielle being the Conqueror.
Oh, I love that, the Conquering Heroine. That is a fantastic story.
Yep.
Which we talked about that one on our Conqueror show.
Man, I don't remember that we did, but okay, we did. Yay! That would have been in my drinking days.
It was in your drinking days, but we did talk about it. We can go back, and if we didn't focus on it a lot, that would definitely be another one to talk about later on.
Yeah, there's plenty of Conqueror stories out there that we haven't touched. So yeah, I'm sure we could have one of these quarter.
I'd love that. The other thing that I really liked about the way Gabrielle was portrayed in this is that she really was portrayed as young and naive.
Yes.
Gabrielle is almost always much more worldly than her age, and it was just very nice to see somebody who actually could have been 19 years old. So that was nice. She made stupid mistakes and was unsure of herself, but for different reasons than Gabrielle and My Lord was unsure of herself.
So it was very creative. I give it thumbs up. I think it's worth the read if anybody. Although, let me back up. If you're reading the sequel to When Destiny Meets Fate, the sequel is Harbinger of Fate. The authors left it off at one of the worst possible spots ever.
Exactly. The first one, and that was one of the reasons that I decided to read the second one right away, was because they did kind of the same thing after the first one. It was definitely a cliffhanger, but to leave it at such a cliffhanger as what they did in the second one, I got to be honest with you, Andy, I was a little pissed off at you for having me read this when it wasn't done.
Well, no, it was done. They just didn't have the third one out.
Well, that's not done. It leaves it at its place.
Yeah, but come on, how many times have you seen stories out on the net where they start out and they tell you it's unfinished? So, and when they mean unfinished, they mean they might have put 7 chapters out and there's 15 more to go, but they ain't ready.
I don't read any of those after the first few months of reading stuff on the internet and getting into some really good stories, and then because most of the stories that I was reading had been out for 8 to 10 years. If they weren't done by then, they ain't getting done.
Yeah, exactly. They're not getting done.
Hey, even this one was done 10 years ago.
Yeah, those girls need to snap it up. Let's go. We want that third damn story.
One of them's a dude.
Oh, okay, dude, gal, whatever, whoever these people are, get the third one out, damn it, because I do want to read it.
No doubt, I do too. Because Something's happened.
What?
I can't tell. I can't tell.
What?
Okay. What? Because something happened at the end of the
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't give that away. Mm-mm.
Damn it. I mean, they could have at least put out like another part of this one, another chapter of this one.
That would have been nice, but no.
But no. Let just leave us hanging for 10 years.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
Nice. Yeah, thanks, fuckheads.
You know, assholes.
And we say that with love. We do. We say it with love.
If I do hear back from the authors, I'll post it in a comment in the show notes on the site.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. All right.
So would we recommend you read it? Absolutely. We would probably recommend sticking to the first book.
I don't recommend you read it.
What?
I have to say no. I don't read it until the third part's posted. I'm just going to go there.
But the first one's not enough of a cliffhanger, though, on the first section that you could afford to wait. But yeah, if they're gonna bring the third one out in the next month or so, then yeah, wait for the whole thing.
Okay, well, we're going to differ on this one. Andy says go, read it. But if you're like me and you hate cliffhangers with absolutely no resolution, and they may never put that shit up there, I say no. I say hold on.
All right, hold on. Makes me want to break out in song again.
Go ahead.
No, thanks.
It's been a long time. When was the last time you sang on air?
I did on this show.
On this one?
Yes. Oh my God, just take another sip.
Hold on.
All right.
What did you sing?
I don't even remember, but I know I broke out in tune.
All right.
Okay, now we're on to My Lord series, but I actually only read the first one this time around. I've read all of them, but I just didn't have enough time this week. This was a last-minute decision to do the two Conqueror stories, and we made this decision on Monday. So,
and it took me. I just reread this with a couple of people on the forum, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it took me 2 weeks to read. It's because some of the books are longer than the others, but it is huge. It's a major commitment.
Yeah.
But it is probably. I would venture to say this is, it could be my very favorite Conqueror story.
Really? That's saying a lot.
There are issues with it. Okay, let me tell you about the story.
All right. Give us a little summary.
All right. So, My Lord, it has Gabrielle is a new slave, a new kitchen slave, and Xena is very. This Xena is very different, I think, than a lot of other Xenas. This Xena is very, very serious and thoughtful. She's not bloodthirsty or overly repentant. She is the ruler of the realm. She is the ruler of Greece, and the people of Greece and Greece's security is the most important thing to her. And she's very unhappy and lonely, and she can't, she has less than a handful of people that she loves and trusts, and she's just very alone. And Gabrielle has a very hard past as a slave, which continues to unfold throughout the entire series. The story starts out with a banquet, and Gabrielle, it's her first time serving in the banquet, and afterward, Xena goes down to the kitchen to get something I don't remember, and Gabrielle is scrubbing the floor. She gets up and then she passes out, and it turns out that I believe the head of the kitchen, the servant there, I believe her name is Makia, and she had been punishing Gabrielle because she was shaking while pouring wine at the banquet, and Xena is really pissed off about it. Gabrielle is obviously malnourished and shouldn't have been punished by extra labor. So she picks Gabrielle up and takes her to her room and kind of nurses her back to health, and they connect very, very quickly. They have a special bond that continues to be elaborated on as the series develops. Also,
yeah, it grows. Yeah,
and the first book really, I believe, is about Gabrielle moving from timid kitchen slave into somebody that Xena really does trust, and Gabrielle moves from kitchen slave to Xena's personal slave, not a body slave, but a personal attendant. She takes care of Xena's room and serves her meals and things like that. Gabrielle then becomes, she asks and is allowed to become an apprentice of sorts to the
Healer.
Castle Healer.
Yep,
yeah.
yep. Mm-hmm.
And his name changes 3 times.
Does it?
Throughout the series, yeah.
I just kept suspending disbelief.
It's Darius, Dalius, Darlius, something like that. It just changes repeatedly. But so then she moves from there, and she also becomes adopted by the Royal Guard. Mm-hmm. She does her bard duties while she's tending to the sick in the hospice in the infirmary area. And then each of the subsequent books has its own plot and development. There are loads and loads of characters, and let's just start talking about it.
Yeah, that was also a very good summary. This is the book that I always have to laugh, because when I first crack it open to reread it, I always see Targon as Tarragon.
Hey, he was the palace administrator, wasn't he?
Yeah. But I always every time without fail, and I probably reread this story 5 or 6 times, and it's always Tarragon. They go, oh no, it's Targon. And then of course I think Calgon. I'm like, God damn it, focus. So, I always go through that little pep talk right there. Oh, every time. And I wonder how many listeners are going to do the same damn thing when they first see his name.
Probably. They'll curse you. Curse you. I've recommended this story to at least 5 different people, and everyone who has started it, you just start it. You can't help but finish it, and yep. Every single one of them has really enjoyed it as much as I have. So if you're looking for a Conqueror fic, at least pick up the first one. It's just called My Lord.
Mm-hmm. Which you find out what My Lord means to Gabrielle
right.
over time, which is really quite sweet.
It is. And
I like how the author does not rush bringing these characters together. There was no hurry to get anywhere. It was a very nice unfolding or unfurling, if you will, of these 2 characters. And I especially thought what was really a nice touch is how, the Conqueror wasn't bloodthirsty, and that, everyone wasn't a caricature. Everybody had their own little personality that was unique and not over the top. And how Gabrielle found solace by going up to the castle, not the turret, but outside of the castle, up on the wall.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's how they really got to be friends.
Yep. And how
they would go stargazing together.
Yep, and that was really neat. I really liked it. It was just a nice, slow journey of learning about the world these 2 people lived in and who these people are and how they get to know each other, how they relate to themselves and others, and how they grow.
Mm-hmm. And you're right that it does go. It goes at a really nice pace. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. She doesn't get hung up on a lot of the details so much that you're just like, oh, fucking come on. and the way that you're absolutely right. The way that Xena and Gabrielle get to be friends. They're both very insecure about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not insecure so much on Xena's end. Well, her insecurity may be that, she is not the good person that Gabrielle thinks she is, which is a recurring theme in Conqueror fics, but it's still handled a little bit differently in this one. Oh, you know what I really like in this one compared to so many of the others? is the dialogue and the language, the voice that the author uses throughout the entire series. That, you know, like Melissa Good, her stuff is kind of more lighthearted, and Xena's kind of like her Conqueror is kind of like, Xena's almost like an over the top jokester almost. You know,
in some respects, but in some respects, she does do a little bit of a bloodthirsty Conqueror as well, who's always looking for a fight.
Right.
Like a barroom brawler almost.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, kind of more boisterous. This Xena, this Conqueror is very, very serious and just, you know, it's not about her at all. I think that's I think that might be one of the larger differences for me. Is Xena is not about her and her power. She doesn't care about any of that. All she wants is the security of Greece. And that is something that as she brings Gabrielle more into, advising her and later taking a more active role in ruling Greece, that's just really, really hammered home. And it takes a long time for, through several books, for Gabrielle to finally get to the point where she really does get that it is about Greece first and foremost. And I'm not going to lie to you, and we can't give it away, but there will be a point where you will hate her.
Who, Xena?
Gabrielle.
Yeah. There's a few moments in there where I was not happy.
Yeah, I've gotten emails dated, time from the middle of the night before from a few friends. I fucking hate Gabrielle. Yeah. How could she do this?
It doesn't last, fortunately.
No, it doesn't. And there are a lot of issues with this series. Grammatically, there are a lot of issues. There are a lot of the angst and drama that the main characters go through that could have been resolved by simply sitting down and talking it out. But then there's that fear and inadequacy and things like that on both sides that prevent them from talking.
Yeah.
But none of the issues stand in the way of me just loving this series.
Yep, I agree totally. This is why I read this series every couple of years, because there's a lot of it, so it's entertaining for hours. It's just really, really well done as an overall very well done story.
Yeah. I think about reading it a lot more often than I'm actually able to do it, because it is so angsty. It's very, very angsty.
Yeah. But she resolves it well. I like what she does. I do like what she does.
They have this special place in this beach house that's called Megara, and it's just a very that comes to represent their little slice of Elysia, and you can't help but feel good for them when things are going well.
It's true. Yeah.
And there is intrigue. Ares is involved. Aphrodite, Athena, the Fates are involved. There are lots of different things going on in the different stories.
Yep.
Lots of political intrigue and things like that. And there's a lot of things that I never would have thought would happen. We can't really. I don't want to give it away because
yeah.
But I read it. You need to go get it and read it.
Most definitely.
I think you can get. I believe you can get them compiled on PDA Fiction. I will check right now. Andy, do you want to talk about something while I check?
Well, no, actually, I'm good.
That's great.
Oh, God.
You're a big help. Let me see. Here she is.
Right?
Métis. Xena the Conqueror. You've got My Lord Solstice. Oh, that one in my compiled copy. I don't have the names of the individual books, so I couldn't figure out what they were called until after it was over. There are so many characters in this that she does give you a list of characters in the beginning of each separate book. And they're all of the characters from the very first, whether they reappear or not. So if you ever have a question about who the hell was that guy, you can just go right to the front. So there's My Lord Solstice, By the Fates, Megara, The Chosen's Promise, The Medallion, Athens, and then the last one is supposed to be called An Act of Love, and the little vignette is Fidelity's Poem. Mm-hmm. But if you like Conqueror stories, and you know we love Conqueror stories, you need to read this one.
Yep, it's not to be missed.
No, not at all. Mm-mm. So there you go.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
Dang, I wish we'd had more time to read another Conqueror. Damn it.
I know. Let me look through my notes here. Let me see. The tone is different. Xena's serious. Changing her. Oh, and Cyrena's in this one.
Yep. Oh, that reminds me. I really, and I don't want to give too much away, but I really, really, really hate what Xena did. What she thinks she did it for Gabrielle.
I know.
After she is reconciled, if you will, with her mother.
Yeah. That was shitty. And then, okay, so there's, we just give a little bit.
All right,
just give a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So because Xena is concerned about Gabrielle's safety at one point, she sends her away. Mm-hmm. But that. And then they're both miserable, but it's they're separated for quite a long time.
Yeah, I got to feel it was 6 months, but I don't remember if she.
Oh, I think it was 9.
Was it 9? I knew it was long. It wasn't a full year, but it was quite a while.
And in that time, they both kind of carry on with their lives, but in different ways. Mm-hmm. But that separation really allowed for a lot more action. Mm-hmm. As far as bringing other soldiers and things like that. You really get a good feel of the military. This is another one that's really heavy on military, because you have different units and you get to learn about the different commanders and some of the soldiers in those units. That was, so Xena's best friend, Jared, who's like her second in command, or he is her second in command, he also kind of adopts Gabrielle. Mm-hmm.
He does.
And that's something that bothered me throughout the entire series.
Really?
Because, not that he did that so much, but that he always took Gabrielle's side. And there were a few times, and I'm not joking with you listeners, I read this story with a box of tissues nearby.
Damn.
Because I cry through many, many parts of this.
Really?
I do. Yeah. I feel so much for Xena in this. Gabrielle, not as much. But Xena, there are so many things about. I think the author does such a great job, at least for me, of really laying her bare. She really lays Xena out there in a way that I don't think hasn't touched me in the same way. I don't think she really lays her bare to me, and there are so many things that Jared does, or that Gabrielle does, or some of the other characters that really seem, in their wanting to support the young Gabrielle, that they really don't see how they're hurting and affecting Xena, much like the same way that I feel about Mickey Knight and her friends and how unfair they are to her, because we're able to really get that insider view. But
did you have to bring up Mickey Knight?
Did you read Ill Will yet?
No, I got it on my list, but no, I haven't read it yet.
My God. Megan and I talked about that book for 2 weeks after she finished reading it.
What? Really? 2 weeks? Yeah. Get the hell out.
I mean, we just could. It's. I can't talk about it.
All right, I don't talk about it.
Yeah, but anyway, so that did bother me. That Jared, he was Xena's beside Gabrielle, he was the one that Xena trusted and went to for support. And any time that there was a conflict between Xena and Gabrielle, Jared always sided with Gabrielle.
Now that you say it, yeah, I can see that, but I didn't see it at the time because Jared knew Xena when she was a young pup in Amphipolis. That's where they met, and he always cared for her. And I noticed that because he apparently saw that Gabrielle would be good for Xena from the get-go. And from what I recall is he knew that she was, even though she'd had some of the terrible experiences that she had, but it still didn't tarnish the brightness of her soul.
Right, and that was a huge theme through this entire thing, the darkness and the light, and them coming together. Sometimes I thought that whole Bond thing was a bit much. Like I think it was the fifth book. Yeah. That it was just like, okay, enough, it.
Moving on.
Exactly.
But I did notice though, even when Jared took Gabrielle's side initially, he always smoothed it over with the Conqueror right off the bat because he could see her back get up. About like, oh shit, I said something a little carelessly, but I didn't mean it the way it sounded, and that I have nothing but respect for her and you, and blah blah blah. So he was always backpedaling when he would bring things up.
There was one part that I can't remember the specifics around it, but there was one point where Xena had done something, whether it was one of the times that she sent Gabrielle away, or she did something, and Jared didn't forgive her too much. I think he was pretty pissed off. The character that seemed to take Xena's side the most was the Royal Guardsman Sam, who would call Gabrielle Little Sis. Do you remember that? The burly guy, and he had lost his little sister when she was a little girl, and Gabrielle just kind of came in and stole his heart away when she was still a slave, and he would always call her Little Sis. And Gabrielle had a habit of saying things that would hurt Xena in a way that only another warrior, I guess, would really grasp. And the thing I really liked about Sam is that he never let her forget that. And when she did something wrong, he would tell her, "You said what? How could you do that?" And when the whole thing that made me hate Gabrielle went down, he never forgave her. He left. He never forgave her.
It's been a while since I read that part.
But he left the Royal Guard. He refused to forgive her. And I liked that. I thought that was a genuine way to write it, instead of having everybody forgive everybody all the time, and it's a learning experience, and now they're together and stronger and blah blah blah. I felt that it was a much more realistic way to play it.
Well, I like her writing style. I really do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I have the first one of her series. I have Hest, and I've had it for a long time, and I've still not read it.
Crack it open, sister. You will not be sorry.
Damn it! Yep. All right, so we had two good Conqueror stories.
Yep, I agree wholeheartedly. It was. It's always a pleasure to delve into the Conqueror's business.
I don't know. Do we really need to play Who Would You Fuck?
Let's do it anyway. Who would you fuck? Who would you fuck?
Oh, you know what? You want to go first?
No, I figured you'd be picking Siren.
Okay. Oh, my dog's mad. So Sceptre of Fate. Well, I would do Gabrielle in this one.
Yep. I'm with you there, sister.
Yeah. But in my Lord, I even though I'm still more I think physically attracted to the Gabrielle character as a rule, I think I would be with Xena in this one.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Really?
Yep, I would have to agree with you.
She was just okay, awesome.
Yep, yay!
Look at us.
We're becoming simpatico.
I know. Oh, I think the only other time that that we each picked the Xena-esque character was All That Matters, and I'd never see her as that. But I think that was the only other time that we both picked the Xena-like character.
I think we did one with Ollie Volley, didn't we? Oh, no, you, because I was thinking when we played it with her, I did King Casey.
Well, I was really surprised by that.
Yep. But you didn't pick King Casey, did you?
No, I would have picked Emma for sure.
Yeah, Emma. Because she's the Gabrielle-esque character.
Yeah, even though I have my issues with Emma.
Oh yeah.
I still,
put her over my knee and give her a good spanking, and not because I'd enjoy it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, and then you just kiss it all and make it better.
Oh my.
Well, the Dirty Girl Scout, while mighty tasty, I'm almost done with it, and I don't have a buzz yet.
Aww.
But I mean, which I'm kind of surprised about because it's 4 ounces of alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I think the Baileys and the Kahlua, I don't know. Do they? I mean, I know they qualify as alcohol, but I don't know if I'd get drunk if I drank a bottle of that crap.
Oh Lord! All of the mint is on the bottom. Wow.
Oh Lordy.
Yeah, I just got a mouthful of that.
Dang. Mouthful of white stuff. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm just a pig today.
You are.
I know.
I like it.
Well, thanks. Oh.
Well, this was a good show.
Yeah, it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. I'm so glad that you're back. She's back in the saddle again.
There we go.
She's back. And the more I thought about did I sing, I know I wanted to sing something earlier, but I don't actually remember. Did I sing that? So, yeah, here we go. So I sang for you.
Thank you.
Yay.
Well, so who do you have on next?
Who do we have on tap for the next one? Okay, the next show is we're skipping a show because of the con and getting back. And,
no, then I'm on next.
Are you on next? Well, that's not. Did you put that on the calendar? I don't think you put it on the calendar.
No, we're not skipping a show because of the con.
What?
The con's next weekend. We'll be back. You're on with I think. Who's on? Is Adrian doing the?
Nope. The next show that we have lined up on the calendar, because we're good about the calendar, is June 23rd. I guess that isn't a skip, is it? Mm-mm. June 23rd, we're having on author Kim Baldwin.
Oh, that's you and Liz doing that one.
Yeah, Liz and I are going to do Kim Baldwin. Woo! It's going to be a threesome. And actually,
so happy I'm not a part of that one after the last show I was
on. But I believe Kim is now a Lambda winner, is she not?
She is, yes.
Yay.
She is.
Get the Lambda, that'll be 2 Lambda Award authors on our show.
Who is the first?
Colette.
What? Really?
Yeah, she won a Lambda.
I really need to get
Oh my God, she won a couple years ago. She won it for Sublime, the Sublime Pirate novel. Yeah.
Wow.
That's not the title of it, people. It's the Sublime and Spirited Voyage of Original Sin, I believe.
Oh, that's such a good fucking book.
It was a good book, but still, 3 books. Moxie's still my favorite.
Moxie, you gotta love Moxie.
Moxie is my favorite.
Moxie.
Oh my God, the repartee. Woo! Jesus, she's
God, we need to read that again.
I need to read that again.
Colin needs to do a reading for the bar rag.
Oh, that'd be nice. Nice. I bet we can do it too.
Well, I'm still waiting on another short story because I love. Oh, okay. I think I'm starting to get a buzz now. Yeah.
Yay.
So the short that she did for us, I love that. I think that's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
the search or my quest for the green fairy.
Yeah, that was awesomeness. And she spoke French, so my nipples got hard. You know how it is.
I love Colette, but like a sister, there ain't nothing she could do that make my nipples hard.
No, not. Oh God, it's the language. It's the
It wouldn't matter.
Oh, you ain't right.
I know. I'm not as easily swayed, but I am looking forward to talking to Carrie Hunter because she's a Brit.
You'll have that great accent going on.
Oh, it's gonna be a night of accents because Megan's doing that one with me. So I'm gonna have to see if Megan.
Oh my God! You have the Canadian and the British accent going on.
But they're gonna even each other out.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome! I can't wait to hear it. And why am I not doing that show?
Because you are going to be on a cruise.
1,800 lesbitarians in me for a week. There's not enough time.
And don't worry, listeners, I've already said lots of pictures, lots of videos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There will be lots of pictures and lots of videos, I can assure you.
And some of them we may share with you.
And some of them we may share with you. It depends.
It depends, but I call first dibs at doing the screenings.
Yes, okay.
All right, then.
All right, then.
All right. Well, shit, it's been just about an hour, maybe a little less once once we get done with our initial yammering in the beginning that gets cut out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it just now hit an hour.
Oh, well, it feels good to be back.
Back in the command chair, sister.
It does. I pulled out my little notebook that I always write stuff in from the very first show all the way through today.
Oh,
my
wow.
little notes.
Oh, wow.
No. Are you gonna see if Kim Baldwin will do a book giveaway?
We'll ask her.
Because I like them.
Yeah.
I like giveaways.
They're fun.
I'm gonna start entering under another name though.
Come on, you ain't right.
We do everything for the listeners.
I know, it's all for you folks. It's all.
Although
so
we did. Allie was nice enough to give Andy and I a book.
She did. It was very sweet of her, and little what do you call a little missive in the beginning too. She had to write a little epistle in the beginning. I was like, oh damn.
Did you get a thank you card too?
I did. She's got it going on.
Nice?
Oh my God, she's the best.
Normally we just get snubbed, but Allie was. Most of the authors don't want to talk to us again. Do you know how long we had to hound Colette just to take our calls?
You lie like a rug. Colette, there's one sure thing you can always set your watch by with Colette, and that is if we're going to talk about Colette, she wants to be on.
And if we're not going to talk about Colette, she wants to be on. The next time that Colette's going to be on, we're actually going to be reviewing a book that none of us have read yet. By a mainstream author called Gillian Flynn, and I read one of her previous books, and it is just fantastic. If you like a dark mystery with some really fucked up odd characters, you're not going to want to miss that one.
Awesome.
And besides, it's me and Andy and Colette.
I mean, come on. You don't want to miss that anyway.
Come on.
Come on. It'll be our highest rated show ever.
It should be.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
You never know. I mean, hey, some of the things we've talked about I can't even imagine what we're going to come up with next time.
Oh, it's going to be rough. I just know it.
We're gonna have to have a really good drink.
Yep, we will. All right, so stay tuned. We got lots and lots of excitement on the horizon. Welcome Rev back on the forum. If you haven't already, sign up, get your ass over there, and say hey.
Yep.
And prove me wrong. Tell us what you want us to do a show on.
Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll do maybe we'll do a conversation at the bar.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not. Who can say?
We're just shaking it up. We're just shaking it up. And you're going to find, I hope, that you're going to love it even more.
I hope so.
Yep.
So let us hear from you.
Yep. And our address is...
So cocktailhour.show at gmail.com.
Yep.
If you have a suggestion for our Reader's Choice show, and or if you just want to give us some love, you can always find us on Facebook, or you can post right on the website if you're interested in making a comment about a specific show. We love to hear from you because otherwise we don't know what you're thinking.
Yep, we do. And if you want to talk about a particular show with an author that we've had on, and you have a question, we actually do forward those questions on to the author. Yep. And sometimes they'll respond directly at the site, and sometimes they'll just send a personal email. So. We like participation, so, get moving. Get cracking. So, another showdown. Thank you, Rev, for participating. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for taking over the web portion of the duties officially.
No problem. I'm happy to be back, and enjoy your next show, and I'll be back in a few weeks.
All right, yay. So, good night, Rev.
Good night, Andy.